Hello, my boon companions. It's me, Nikki, and today I'm here with a Patreon first video for my book that I'm writing. Excuse me. So this will be on Patreon first, and then by the time you're seeing this on YouTube, it will be a week later. So what I'm doing is the build a book tag that I did last time. By Leanne from Literary Diversions, except this time it's about my book. So I'm going to give recommendations that tie into my book, if that makes any sense. It did in my head. So there's 8 questions. Let's get on with it. Number 1, the genre. The genre of my book is fantasy, LGBTQ+. It's sort of like Lynn Fluelling's book series, the Night Runner series, where everything is accepted. Like, you know, I was gonna say pie. Pie is accepted, but bisexuality, homosexuality, pansexuality, transsexual, all, and heterosexuality is all accepted. And the Night Runner series also has women warriors, and I have a lot of women warriors that are pretty badass, I think, anyway. So it's kind of like that. It's definitely fantasy, but I'm not, there probably is a genre, like it's fantasy / something, but I just call it fantasy. The main character in my book, there's 2. There's Laura, and she's kind of like Bilbo Baggins, and the fact that she's pulled or thrown from her home into this world of adventure, and she has no idea what's happening or what anything is. I think she comes to like it, or there's a word I'm searching for, revel in it faster than Bilbo did. Because he probably didn't until he got the ring. But yeah, I think she takes to it a lot quicker. It also could be because she's like, I don't know what's happening, so I'm just gonna go along with it and see where this takes me. The second main character is Aaron, and they are like, who are they like? I am sure there is a character like Aaron, but I have not come across them. I want to say they're kind of like the TV show version of Brienne of Tarth. Is that how you say it? I've never watched Game of Thrones, so I'm not sure. And maybe a little bit of Boromir, but with less death. Yeah, why not? Why not? For supporting character, there's a lot of supporting characters in my book, but the main one, his name is Connor, and again, I just know there is a character out there in a book that I haven't read, or maybe I have read it and it's slipping my mind, but he's a gruff loner type who's good with dogs and wolves. Not all animals, just the canines. And he's not a loner by choice. It's just circumstance. Maybe like Sirius from Harry Potter. Or even Remus from Harry Potter, because they're both kind of loners, but not by choice. but they're not gruff. He's pretty gruff. Again, I don't think he was always gruff. I think stuff happened and he just became that way to, like, make a barrier. Next, number 4, trope. The trope that I would love, that I'm hoping I'm getting right, is it's from Shakespeare. It is, I suppose you would call it enemies to lovers, but it's what he did with Beatrice and Benedict in Much Ado About Nothing. Because they're not enemies, they're just on opposite sides. Or maybe they're on the same side, but they're just being contrarian and bickering with each other all the time, when really they're madly in love, but they're not going to admit it. Because when everybody pushes them together, it takes a very little pushing to put Beatrice and Benedict together. It's basically what all, like, TV shows or movies or books, where it's like, ugh, I hate you for no reason. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to hit Shakespeare. And nobody's going to hit Shakespeare because he's a fucking genius. Even I'm not going to hit Shakespeare. But that's kind of what I'm going for. Because, like, I don't know. I just really like it. And I think it's really great that they're secretly in love with one another. But they're not going to admit it. But everybody else knows. And then, boom. They're locked in a room and kissing happens. Fantastic. Now, number 5 is plot twist. Again, it's not a book I own, but there probably is a book out there that has this plot twist. But what I'm thinking of is Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. That's my plot twist. We're just going to leave that there. As for relationships, the kind of relationships that are important in my book are friends, family, and found family. Because for Laura, she has a family, but they don't understand her, except her grandma. But when she goes to this new place, they like Connor especially, instantly. He's like, instantly understands her, and she understands him, and they're best friends from then on out. And as she goes through, she meets all these new people, and she's like, they're weird compared to her and what she's used to, and she's instantly relaxed and in the mood and amused by some of these characters, and they like her and they understand her and they try to help her, and then they become a family. And I think that's really, really important, because a lot of people, their family sucks. Like, I'm pretty lucky that my mom is fucking amazing and totally understands me, but a lot of people aren't lucky. So I think that writing that in books will help people, hopefully. Oh, that sounds preachy, but that's what I'm going for. Now, villain. Which villain would you steal? My villain is a bit crazy. And I don't mean that in like he literally has gone insane because of stuff that's happened, and stuff that he's trying to do. It hasn't helped his mental situation. He's always sort of been an angry young man, and as he's gotten older, that anger has turned. I think I said this in the other video, Loki, but like the Loki of the first of Thor movie, where he's sort of always like angry but he doesn't quite know why, and then he like descends into madness. And then of course Loki gets better. This guy does not get better. He stays in that descent into madness, unfortunately, and it's causes a lot of trouble for the world and a lot of trouble for Laura. And the last question is ending. What kind of ending will it have? It's going... Oh, let me see if I can find it. Oh, it's right here. Had the tab up already. There are 6 planned books. That's right, I have them planned already. So the end of the first book is gonna be a cliffhanger, or like a suspense, like what's gonna happen next. But the end of the whole series is going to wrap up everything, hopefully, and it will be a happy ending, and everybody who will have their personal stories resolved. Yes. I'm not quite sure how it's going to end yet. I think I know how the first book is going to end, but obviously I don't know how the whole thing is going to end, because you can say everything and plan it out, but characters, I think, are alive and they change as you write, and as I get input, because I do like input on my stuff. So yeah, hopefully the ending will be wrapped up and perfect, and there won't be any more. There will be 6. I don't need to be writing this forever. And that is it. Yay, all 8 questions. If you have any questions, let me know. I will be thrilled to answer them. I love talking about my book so much. And yes, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.